Hey everyone, welcome back. Charlie Bravo here. So this is the first episode of the Saturday SITREP. Pretty much the same thing as the Monday SITREP, minor tweaks here and there. But really, this is where we talk about guns in the news, headlines to deal with the Second Amendment, as well as we talk about the self-defense files. Okay, so this is where people have used their firearms to protect themselves, their loved ones, their belongings, things like that. And on the What's New section, we talk about new things in the industry, whether it's guns, accessories, knives, ammunition, gear, that sort of thing. We talk about new and upcoming things. So, today, let's get started right away. Today I want to talk to you about people who are on the news talking about stuff that they have no clue what they're talking about. So recently on Fox News, there was a guest, okay? So there was a guest on there and they were talking about the Ohio State incident where a terrorist, okay, let's call him a terrorist, let's call him what he is, crashed into a crowd of people, then got out and started trying to kill people with a knife. He was stopped. He was killed by a police officer with a gun. Now here's the problem. We have somebody who is a guest on the news who really doesn't know what she's talking about. Okay, her name is Nomiki Kinst, and she's spouting off some stupid stuff. She's saying, well, you know, the police officer kind of rushed to judgment.
Senator Kinst should have not rushed to judgment, should have waited for the facts to come in, as should have the police that were there who ended up shooting, who we now know is somebody who aligned himself with ISIS. With that all being said, if there were guns at this scene, it would have been much more horrific. And you can see that.
Wait. Did you say the police needed to exercise more self-control?
Well, think about this. Okay, so, you know, the FBI trains in situations like this. They want to make sure that the person, the attacker, is alive so they can question them, especially if there's some sort of terrorist affiliation.
But, you know, but not if he's sticking a knife into 11 people. Then you just want him dead, right?
There's a lot of training behind this. You find a way to injure them, harm them, knock them down, so that you can still keep them alive to question them. And they do that in the military, they do that with the CIA.
That's not how the training goes. Yeah, that's not how the training goes.
Let me explain my thoughts on this real quick. First off, I am curious why he did something like this. Okay, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, in the big scheme of things, it doesn't matter. He was trying to kill people. The threat was there, obviously was there. The police officer did the right thing. Okay, this is not like Hollywood where your favorite action hero up there on the big screen can whip out his pistol and, you know, from the hip, shoot the knife out of somebody's hand. This is the real world where people train for years. And still, what we're worried about is stopping the threat, center mass, because you tend to lose your brain. When bullets start flying and, you know, you're hearing the gunfire and you're under that kind of stress, if you can hit a man-sized target, you're doing pretty good, okay? You're not going to be hitting the knife out of somebody's hand. You're not going to be just shooting to wound somebody. You don't do that. You shoot to stop the threat. You shoot to kill because that's what you do. I just don't understand why she's even talking about this. Who is she? She should not be talking about any of this unless she is an expert, and obviously she is not. She's just some random person as far as I'm concerned. I have no idea who she is, and I don't really care. Because obviously she doesn't have a clue what she's talking about. She lives in a fantasy world if she thinks that we're going to just have all of our police officers throughout the country start shooting to wound so they can ask those really nice criminals what they were thinking. Absolutely stupid. So, anyway, the next thing I want to talk about just real quick, I want to talk about the Thursday video. Okay, so this coming Thursday is going to be the first video of the Gear Freak. So the Gear Freak, yeah, that's me. I like gear. Yes, I do. I like guns, accessories, knives, all that kind of stuff. Tactical gear and all that kind of thing. I really like it. I really enjoy it. I like seeing the latest and greatest stuff. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about that stuff. We're going to do some reviews and things like that. And this month, the month of December, we're going to be looking at some stuff from Hallmark Cutlery, True Spec, Streamlight, Blue Force gear, okay? So some of it just in time for Christmas. So some pretty cool gift ideas for really, I was going to say you men, but you know what? That's kind of sexist of me. Anybody who's into that sort of thing. So what I need from you guys is your help. I need some specifics. I got some ideas. from different people, as well as my own ideas about the type of gear, and now I need some specifics. If you have, brand and model that you want me to take a look at, send it to me. Leave it down in the comments section, or you can send me a link. I'll put it up right up here, bombbuster72@gmail.com. But I need some specifics, and I will do my best to try to get a hold of that piece of equipment or gear or whatever it is and take a look at it. No guarantees that that's what I'm going to be able to do, but I will definitely do my best. So, next on the self-defense files, we're going to talk about, this one is, there's a guy, a kid, it's not a young kid, but in Kentucky, Louisville, Kentucky, he tells his mom, you know what, you need to own a gun, and you need to learn how to use it. Apparently, this kid had some prophetic thinking, or he just knows that he lives, and mom lives in a crappy neighborhood or something, but she did. She took his advice, and it definitely was a good thing, So, at some point, two men tried to break into her house. They're trying to break through a back window, and she retrieves a firearm and does fire once and kills probably the first person who was trying to come through, and the other guy runs off. He is later caught by police, and the person who was killed, his name is Eric Gathright, and his accomplice who fled was Aaron McDuffie. Aaron McDuffie is being charged with murder, in the state of Kentucky. If someone dies, even your accomplice, someone dies during the commission of a crime, whether you pulled the trigger or not, you are charged with murder. You can be. A lot of states have the same rule. I think it's absolutely it's a pretty good thing to do. Obviously, it did not deter him in any way, but as far as the punishment goes, I think it's absolutely the right thing. Now, this woman also did the right thing. She went out, she got a firearm, and she got trained. She knew what she was doing. Now, obviously, she's probably shaken up about this, but she did the right thing. She protected herself, and she protected her home. So, let me know what you guys think. Is training important? I know most of you are probably going to say yes. I know a lot of people, they just don't feel like they have the money to do it. Let me know what you guys think. How important is training when it comes to firearms? Leave it down in the comments section, please. So, next on What's New, we have something new from Vortex Optics. This is the Razor AMG UH-1. I've seen places around the internet where they're nicknaming it the Huey. The UH-1, if you're unaware, is a military helicopter. Old military helicopter. Interesting optic, I'm pretty fascinated by it. It looks like it's a pretty low viewing axis there, so it's pretty low to your bore, closer to your bore, which is a good thing. And it's a hollow sight. I don't believe it has any magnification, and it uses a CR123 battery. Now, you can also there's a rechargeable version of the CR123, and you can recharge it right in the unit. It's going to have a waterproof USB, so you can just plug it in and recharge the battery right there in the optic, which is pretty cool. Now, normally I don't like rechargeable things like that because inevitably you'll be out in the middle of nowhere and it's going to die. But this one, you can just pop those batteries out, pop in a regular CR123, and you're back in action. I think that's pretty cool. So you got a few options there, and I really think that you're going to start seeing a lot more of that within the tactical industry. A lot of dual use, and I know Streamlight actually has one as well, where they're calling it dual fuel. So you've got regular batteries as well as rechargeable batteries can be used in place. So pretty cool design and pretty cool feature. I don't have a price on this optic yet. I'm pretty excited to see it. I don't know when they're going to actually put out more information and we're going to start seeing them. Maybe it's shot. That's a good at least guess. I don't know. We'll see. I'd like to find out because I really want to get my hands on one and check it out. I'm looking for something new for my AR-15. Right now I've got an old, ancient ACOG on there and I want to replace it. I do like the magnification though, so I'm not really sure. Maybe there'll be a magnifier we can add with it or something like that. I don't know. I definitely want to check it out though and give it a try. So anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the show today. If you did, it is always appreciated when you like and share the videos. If you are not a subscriber and you want to see more Saturday SITREP as well as the Gear Freak, find the subscribe button, give it a big old click, and then come back every Thursday for the Gear Freak and every Saturday for the Saturday SITREP. And remember, your mind, that's your most important weapon, and it's vital to be armed with information. Until next time, take care and be safe. Charlie Bravo, out.